All right, Nick, thanks. Well, summer is often a carefree but busy time for families. We were just catching up. It's a lot, but it can be really lonely for seniors. Dr. Sarah Getch from Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences is here. So this is something I haven't really thought of, but it seems so true. A poll found that a third of seniors feel really lonely during the summertime. That's a big number. Why do you think that is?
Well, it is a really big number. I think the important thing to point out at first is that loneliness is a problem for everybody. So it doesn't really matter what age you are, that it could be a big problem. So for seniors in particular, though, because this is a population that can sometimes be marginalized and forgotten, that's why we need to start to pay attention to these numbers. And so as seniors age, sometimes they find themselves sort of less involved, and the things that they used to get a lot of positive reinforcement from, their jobs, the people that they normally interacted with, just not there anymore.
Sure.
So now we have to find a different path forward to get some of that positive reinforcement.
And it makes me feel so guilty for not recognizing that in the past. You say that even when they are with family, when they're spending time with family, seniors can still feel lonely. And why is that?
Yeah.
What can we do to help?
Well, that's a really important distinction, because just because you're surrounded by people doesn't necessarily mean that you feel connected to somebody.
Sure.
And so not being lonely means finding meaningful companionship. And so the best thing that we can do for our seniors, if you happen to be around them or you live with an older adult, is to give them your time and to listen. Because then we can start to find solutions to loneliness if they are experiencing any of that.
Okay, really good advice. And what should seniors do if they're feeling lonely? Is to be proactive and maybe find something to do.
Yeah. So the first thing that seniors can do is do a little bit of self-reflection and really sit back and think, am I lonely? Mm-hmm. Is this happening to me? And if it is, then try to focus on the why of loneliness. Because the solutions to loneliness are very personal and specific to each individual. So once you've identified the why, then we start to figure out what the next steps are. Mm-hmm. So finding meaning and purpose in your everyday life is really important. We can do that through volunteer activities. You can get involved in your church or your synagogue or your mosque, wherever you find that kind of meaning. And then there are also all kinds of senior centers all over the Kansas City area, mm-hmm. where there are a lot of opportunities for seniors to get involved as well.
Sure, and I'm sure that can be intimidating for some people when they're just making that first step, but they're all, kind of in this together, right?
Right. And reaching out to an old friend is also another opportunity for people who are looking for some meaningful connection. We can do that via the phone. We don't have to travel necessarily, so that's another opportunity.
Okay, good advice. Thanks so much. And if you have more questions for Dr. Getch, you can catch her at Kansas City University of Medicine and Biosciences. That's off Independence Avenue in Kansas City, Missouri. Really good advice to remember the seniors in your life this summer.